when I'm having like the hardest time with creating stuff and like wanting it so bad, it's been super helpful to think about what does it fucking matter, dude?
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Yep.
And that's okay. And we're back. Hey everybody, welcome to Saint Aubin Central. This one's gonna be a little bit more serious.
Oh.
Can't even do it. I can't even do it. No, it is. This is a little more serious, but I can't be too serious because then the shtick's over. Let's talk about death. Oof. Specifically, murder. I was just kidding.
I'm listening.
Dude, okay, so I've been thinking about this a lot. I think that death is one of the best things for artists. If you just think about the idea of death. I remember I had a friend going on a show. He was just like super nervous about the show. And like just as a joke and as a side, I was just like, hey man, what does it matter? You're going to die one day. So just go play, you know? But ever since I said that as a joke, I've taken it to heart. And I think death can be one of the most liberating things for artists and creative types. Wow. Because if you can kind of on the surface level, death is scary. But if you just kind of put it in perspective, like artists, we take things so seriously. We take our craft so seriously. But if you can taper that with the idea that like one day I'm going to die and it doesn't fucking matter. Like death, the idea that one day you will die and probably be forgotten is a really scary and sad thought, but it's also an incredibly liberating thought because one day I'm going to die. So why wouldn't I just go do this album or go do a piece of artwork or make this statement or do this? Like why does it matter? You know?
You could embarrass yourself in front of all your friends and family forever.
Yeah, I do that all the time. What do we mean? But it's like death,
yeah.
I think is like one of the most liberating things in the world. I mean, and you definitely have to like work through it. It's like, it's not just something like, oh man. Because like I fear death. Well, I don't know if I fear death. I think I fear the anticipation of death. Because then once you're dead, you're just out, dude. It's like kind of nice. You're not thinking about anything. You're in heaven, maybe. You know? But yeah, I think about this all the time, especially because I want to make it so bad. You know, I'm writing songs. I am shaking my ass on camera like a 13-year-old in junior high on TikTok, just like trying to get people's attention, you know? But what helps me is like, dude, I'm going to die one day. So just have fun. Might as well go for it. Because if you die, like it genuinely, you know, I was thinking about this, like Rome at some point was the most impressive and important city in the world. Like, all roads lead to Rome. It was like this. It was the staple of the world. Could you name one musical artist from Rome?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly. Name two artists. Didn't think so. But it's just like all like these. I'm sure there were incredible, great artists, but they're dead now, and we don't even think about them. Like after enough time, we're all going to be forgotten.
I think about this quite often because you go back in your family history. How far back can you even go in your family? Like I can't even name my great.
I came from a broken home, so I don't know my history.
I uncovered a very deep topic. I'm sorry, but I can't go back even in history books maybe a couple hundred years. I would think.
But the thing is like the vast majority of people are going to be forgotten.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And then, like, even after, like, a few hundred years, everybody will be
Barely
like
anybody.
Steve Jobs.
Yep.
In 500 years will be forgotten.
Yep.
nobody will talk about Steve Jobs. You know,
You heard it here first.
like it just won't happen. Like all these great people from way back in the day, they're just not gonna. There's like 3 people we talk about:
Yep.
Jesus, Saint Joan of Arc, and Elton John. Those are the only people we
Holy
talk
Trinity.
about. The Holy Trinity, dude. But yeah, I think when I'm having like the hardest time with creating stuff and like wanting it so bad, it's been super helpful to think about what does it fucking matter, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Yep.
And that's okay. Like once you're dead, dude,
Who cares?
what's going on? We don't know. We don't know. Like we don't know what's going on. But you're not gonna be toiling and worrying about. Oh man, no one listened to my song. You know,
You're gonna be like,
I toil about that.
Ow, it's
during
hot
life.
down here. Ah, it
Yeah, I'll
burns.
be in hell, dude. I'm gonna be in heaven, dude. I'm gonna be in heaven.
You and Jesus can be
Me
up
and
there.
Andrew Tate gonna be in heaven, just partying. You know.
I'm gonna be down here knocking on the window.
But yeah, it's something I think about often. Just because artists, man, we take things so seriously and we're so uptight. But I think the best thing that artists can do is just to like figure out ways to just like loosen up, you know, just like loosen that booty hole, dude. Like nobody wants a diamond, dude. Nobody wants a diamond. They want it loose. Like, and when you're loose, you're more fun, you know. Nobody likes that serious artist who's just like, man, I just have to make it, or they're only talking about themselves, you know. I know a few of those people. They got that main character energy, and it's just all about them and their career, and they've never asked a question about anybody in their life. Nobody wants to be around those artists, dude. If you're an artist, just do yourself a favor. Think about your art, and then remember one day you're going to die and be forgotten, and it's going to be okay.
Amazing.
What a life lesson, dude. Who would have thought that death could be so comforting?
I do think it's the great equalizer. Everyone's gonna die, and so it's like it's the one thing everyone will experience at some point. But it does take away that judgment. Like when you're making a decision about releasing something or posting something, like you said, it's like, who cares? Like I'm gonna post this. What's the worst that could happen? I think that's what I always tell myself is like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
When I do something,
Like the worst thing that could probably happen to you is like you'll go to jail and then somebody spreads a rumor that you are a pedophile. That would probably be the worst, you know.
that would be really bad.
So if that happens, God love you.
But you can always die.
But you'll die eventually.
Exactly.
You know? This too shall pass. Just remember that, all you pedos. Yikes. Yeah, I think if I ever did a TED Talk, I would probably do a TED Talk on this subject. Like, hey, you'll be forgotten one day, and that's the best news in the world.
Wow. Deep talk. Why don't we just change this whole podcast?
Boom. You're going to be forgotten.
We're a health and
It's
wellness
true.
podcast.
Well, it's like the tallest man on earth. He's just like, one of his lyrics, he's like, and I plan to be forgotten when I'm gone. That's great, dude. That's so nice. But it's hard for me as an artist and a 4 on the Enneagram. Like everything, it's just like, I want to be significant. Everything I do, it has to be significant. So it's like next to impossible for me to not feel that way. But who cares, dude? I'm going to die. So it doesn't going to matter.
Who cares? We're dying.
Saint Aubin Central, like nobody listens to it now. You know, maybe it'll be one of those things where you get more popular when you die, like Van Gogh. No one gave 2 shits about Van Gogh, and then he died, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, this Starry Night photo's not bad. You know, I don't know. I was gonna tell you about this. I'm probably gonna sell my bass amp. I don't think I'm gonna sell my guitar amp, but we went on this little tour, and there were no amps in the car, and I think I am totally sold on the ampless route.
Look at you, Dad.
Daddy
Look
is a
at
changed man. I think I'm sold on the ampless route. I don't think like guitar amps are done. If you play a guitar amp, you're a boomer and you wear paisley shirts, you know? But I think I'm just gonna do, because now I play bass and guitar when I'm doing St. Aubin stuff, but I think I'm just gonna have a pedal board. Because like if I do like a mini run, it's just gonna be a drum set, my in-ear rack, guitars, pedal board.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's the age of, like, we have the technology nowadays.
Yes.
It's
like
not 20
10
years
ago, not great.
You would have got crucified
Yeah.
by musicians 15 years ago.
You would have gotten crucified at church even.
Oh, yeah. You have to have big, heavy tube amps.
Yeah.
For everything.
But like now it's just like I have a Fender Blues Junior, which isn't too heavy. It's pretty easy to lug around, and then a Fender Rumble. But I mean, they just take up a ton of space.
Mm-hmm.
And if like I can just get it all on my pedal board, that's unbelievable.
I think there's a big difference too in what venues provide compared to when music and touring was first getting started with like rock bands. Because you think about
Yeah, they didn't have microphones.
Well, yeah, it's like rock bands would show up and they might have like a little PA just to make like bingo announcements at some place. So it's like, of course, you have to bring these huge amps, bass amps, all this to make the noise. Now, most bars usually have like some 15-inch speakers, usually a sub or something with there, because they can get them for pretty cheap nowadays. So you don't have to lug around your own, PA anymore at all. So it's like, and same with tone is like all the amp modeling software that's out there. It's like you can get any amp sound.
Well, there's this thing I was looking at,
you know?
because like my friend plays the UAD Dream or the UA Dream. It's like $400, so they can be pricey. It's still cheaper than an amp. But this one amp I found, it's called the Joyo American.
Oh yeah,
they're $40, and I've like heard them, and I'm just like, they sound pretty good. And I'm not a tone guy. I'm not like a tone Nazi. Like as long as it doesn't sound like shit, I'll be like, that's fine. And plus, it's like I'm jumping around on stage like a fish. Like I'm not even playing the right notes when I'm on stage, and I have all these effects going through it. It's just like, like in my brain, I'm like, I'll buy 2 of them in case it breaks, and then I'll just replace it, But I can't believe how much I've changed from, just being this purist to now like, I don't need amps,
I don't like all that software in those
Next thing you know, like I won't even play guitar anymore. I'll just sing. I still can't do that, dude. Like actually I think I can now. It's
Only
weird. I think so.
It's tough. I don't know if I could.
I think I'm getting comfortable just being myself. Like a lot of singers, like when they sing, they look all hot and they're just shaking their stuff. And I got tits, dude. It's not as easy for me to look good while I'm singing without an instrument. And the instrument covers my belly, which I'm most insecure about, But I think I'm just slowly getting more comfortable. Just like, and I think like people like Post Malone have kind of helped. Like you see him like dance on stage. He looks like a happy like crack addict, dude. Just like like you've seen him on the street corner where they're just like, woo, woo, like super skinny, but they're feeling it. That's what Post Malone looks like when he's on stage. But it's fun. It's like, it's liberating. It's free, I wish I just don't have the confidence to be a great like front man.
What do you do with your hands?
I don't know.
Get up there. Like, what do you,
I mean, I hold it and I probably just put it on my hip and just like, or do the Freddie Mercury thing. Yeah, no. I'd probably just sing like this. And my hand would just keep going up, and then I'd just bring it around and just keep going. I don't know, dude. I think I'm doing a song with a buddy, Robin Raps, and I don't know if I'm going to play an instrument, and I think I might just sing on it. But it takes some confidence, man. It takes some serious confidence to be a front man or woman or front they. And I don't know. I think I can do it. This is the interesting thing about me is like, I'm pretty good at pretending like I don't give a fuck. But I give all the fucks. I care so much about how people perceive me. Like you're looking at me on this podcast right now, and you're like, that guy looks like a slob. And in my head, I'm like, I want you to think I look like a slob. But in reality, it's just like, I don't want them to think I look like a slob. I want them to think I look cool. But I don't. That's what happens.
Manifested persona.
Yes, it's this sick, twisted thing. But I think I'm like getting more comfortable. It's actually weird. It's like me doing vocal performances of my songs on Reels and like TikTok and stuff has like helped me do just get comfortable like performing and like singing, just like dancing a little bit, because I'm always afraid I'm afraid to get on stage and like sing a song and then someone just pointed at me like, that guy looks like a fat loser. And I'm like, no, I am, like that's my biggest fear. And that's why I don't perform songs without a guitar.
Are you also scared of like people thinking you're being a tryhard, like by being serious?
Absolutely.
Because I feel
that's
that
why
for
I won't
myself
wear.
a little bit.
I won't wear like one of those brimmed hats.
Yeah.
Because like that guy's a tryhard.
Big dumb hat.
Well, number 2 is they don't fit my head, but I think so. But I'm getting more and more comfortable. It's funny because like I saw this woman. I played this show and this lady was there, and I wish I had her energy and confidence. She was there. She looked so stupid. But she didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I envy that so much.
Yeah.
People who like go to clubs and they're just dancing. They're like in their own world. They're just feeling and they're just like, ooh. And like, this is me when if I'm doing that, I'm kind of like, ooh, but I'm like, who's looking? But yeah.
I feel that of like the wanting to not be perceived as a tryhard is such a big, like we were doing a little show and when we finished, I was just joking with people like, hey, thanks for having this stupid thing I like put on. I was kind of like downgrading it in my mind as I was talking because I didn't want to think like I cared so much about like this event.
Yeah, I don't care. It is.
I would be like, this is just like whatever. This is stupid,
Yeah.
but thanks for coming to this stupid thing. Appreciate it, whatever. Because to me, just being like, I don't know, not even like acknowledging that it's an event and that I was like performing feels so
icky, and it's a delicate thing. Like,
it is.
It's really, there's a delicate thing between like confidence and cockiness.
Yes.
And it's very easy for a musician to get on stage to be perceived as cocky because like one, you're already on stage.
Yeah.
You don't need to do like much more. If your shirt's open and your chest hair is just trying to like breathe for life, it's just like everyone's looking at you, buddy. But then if you're up there like, hey, man, what's up? Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool, man? And people are like, boo. I'm like, that's a try hard. But if someone's up there just having fun, it's like, and that's the thing, too. It's like, I think my self-awareness of me being a try hard is enough to not be a try hard.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I don't think I will ever be a try, even though my wife thinks I am. But I also think my wife thinks I am because she sees how the sausage is made. She sees all other people's content and stuff and like, oh man, that's so fun and so natural. But she doesn't see like the setup before or like they scripted it or whatever. And she believes what she sees.
Yeah.
She sees me like, like pulling my pants up before the video or like when I do like a TikTok, I like hit the camera and I'm like, okay, let's try to get the tits down a little bit. And then I'm like, and then I like suck in and I'm like, and then she's just like, that's not natural. But I'm like, bitch, none of this is natural.
That's so funny. I remember like right before a show, I got all hot and bothered about like what I was going to wear. Cause I remember I was like, I picked a shirt and I was like, this feels like I'm trying too hard. Like I'm trying to be too cool. And Holly came in the room while I was like switching shirts. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I was like, the other one felt like I was too cool for school. I gotta like put some
like a paisley shirt.
Yeah, and she was like,
yeah.
but she's like, well, you can't just wear like a ratty t-shirt. I was like, but if I wear a shirt, like a t-shirt, I look casual and like I don't care. She's like, but now you're like putting all this thought into it. And it's
because my thought process has changed. I remember I used to look at people who changed before a show, and I was just like, you pussy, dude. You try hard, And now I'm like, oh, I get it.
Yeah. I think it depends on the type of band, though, still. Like, if I see, like, a band, like a rock band, and
it's
they
one put on leather pants.
Well, it's a different, like, just, like, change, like, their shirt. Like, that's one thing. But if they, like, put on, like, a whole new outfit, I'm like...
Yeah, like if the outfit is a part of the show, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if it's like I'm trying to look cool, then I'm like, fuck you.
There's a certain line
because like I get it. It's just like when you're in a car all day. If you're in like sweatpants or like shorts or whatever, it's fine. And because I'll change. I'll never play a show in shorts. Nobody wants to see my chubby legs. These chubby, dry ass cracked legs.
Beautiful legs.
Strong like rhino
Sexy
legs. But yeah, now I'm like, okay, it's fine. But yes, there is a fine. But it's one of those things like, how do you know someone's being a tryhard? You just know.
Yeah.
You
Yep,
know, and
it's
it's
a
like
feeling.
you can't describe it. You can't. It's very hard, but you just look. You're like,
Usually it's with the big hats though.
oh yeah, big hat's a huge tell. If they're like or like really greasy hair, a beard because they're hiding something underneath it. You know, you've seen some people. It's like. They like shave their beard and instantly become uncool.
Yeah.
You know, that's why people have. Why do you think I have facial hair? Like I barely have facial hair.
It's makeup for boys.
I have facial because I don't want people to see my fat chin, dude. My double dumpling chin on my face. Like people at shows, like they're like, how can you even sing with that double dumpling chin? That's what they say. They're like, you look like a drowning Buddha. That's what you look like. Go eat another piece of chicken, fatty.
At least you have one. I look like a thumb. It's just like
perfectly. Dude, I've seen a few people without chins, and it's weird. It's weird, dude. And I've seen them, and some of them they kind of try to cover it up with a beard, and just like that ain't doing
just
nothing.
Like the goatee that goes into their neck.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like them trying to cover up their no chin with a beard is like somebody. You know, you go out to dinner with somebody and they leave and you eat a couple fries and then you try to like cover it up to make it look like you ate nothing.
Move the vegetables
but
around.
Everyone, you get back and you're like,
we all know,
you know. Poor people. Yeah, I remember seeing that guy. I was just like, yikes. At least like the nice thing is like he'll never get knocked out, you know, because he doesn't have a chin.
Take a tough one off the chin. Off the neck.
Oh my goodness, dude. That's fucking funny, dude. That's funny. All right, dude, let's end it with the Chick-fil-A.
Sure, yeah.
We're a little week late, but I have to talk about the chicken fillet, dude. Apparently, they have a diversity, equity, and inclusion. Do they have like a
VP now?
They have a VP. Did they say like what it? Because I would imagine like liberal diversity, equity, and inclusion is different than conservative diversity, equity, and inclusion.
I would assume it's a fairly conservative guy.
So maybe it's good, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we all know, like, the Chick-fil-A that I go to, it's hella diverse, dude. You got white people, you got black people, you got Mexican people, you got not many Asians, you know, but it's because they eat dog. It's Chick-fil-A, not dog fillet.
I'm not part of this podcast anymore.
Yeah, like people like, and it just goes to show it's like we're a headline culture. People don't know what they're talking about, but people lost their minds.
Well, it's what I was telling you earlier too, is that they hired this role in like 2020, and then I think at that point he was like director of DEI, and then he was promoted to VP last year. But all the news is technically old news, but it just got tweeted about last week.
This is the interesting thing about Chick-fil-A. It's just like they hired somebody for diversity, equity, and inclusion. They ain't hiring gay people. There's no way. And gay people aren't working at Chick-fil-A.
That's their number one thing.
It's like this mutual agreement. It's just like, hey, like you live your life, but you don't want to lurk. You don't want to work here. Okay, you want to be a fry cook. You want to really stuff chicken sandwiches after you're home stuffing something else. You know, it's just, it's like I don't understand. I mean, like, and again, it's like Chick-fil-A seems very diverse to me. Every time I've gone, unless I'm in like DeMott, Indiana, when it's just Dutch people. Just like the whitest, Dutchest people in the world.
Happy little white teenagers that are way too over enthusiastic.
But this is the thing about like diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's like some companies have to focus on it more than others. For example, like I think Hollywood is something that has to focus on diversity a little bit more because you're trying to sell a product to the masses.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, from Quebec to China to Nigeria, all these people, and in the States, they're all going to be watching these movies. So they want to identify in some way about the movie. Even though Hollywood's gotten a little ridiculous, I think they in order for a movie to be considered for an Academy Award, you have to hire 3 coloreds and a cripple before you could even be considered. That seems a little crazy. But other companies don't have to worry about diversity, equity, and inclusion as much. You think black people are going camping and picking up their tent from REI? I don't think so. There's 7 black people who go camping in the entire world. And we're not even talking about the people living a jungle, It's it's all these places they're just focusing on.
You did not just say jungle.
Well, I'm talking about in Africa, dude.
Oh my God.
What's wrong?
No, you know what you're doing.
But yeah, so it's certain things I think the NFL, if you look at the I think I lost it. I think I lost it.
I don't know how to jump into the pool on this one.
You can't, dude.
I'm on the
You
diving
can't.
board and I'm scared.
Yeah, so it's just I think some companies need to you have to focus on it more than others, But it's just so crazy to me. It's just and this is the problem with fucking conservatives, dude. Or and it's conservatives paired with headline culture. Liberals have the same problem with headline culture, but it's just if you're just yeah, slavery ended in whatever year. 1945, whatever. And then people are oh, these people are so woke. It's just what?
Yeah.
We stated a fact and it's woke now. And it's the same thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's anyway, Chick-fil-A, dude. Go get your Christian chicken. That shit's good though, dude.
It is
that
pretty
shit.
darn good.
But if you're gonna have a community to stick by our side, Christians ain't a bad community because they will the devil is persecuting our brethren and we need to support them, dude. And they're gonna support the shit out of Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah.
I remember when it was I think it was the CEO or whatever was he was just yeah, I don't know if I support gay marriage. And then people lost their minds and the Christians were we're doubling down. We're going 3 times a day, Biggest profits in Chick-fil-A history,
They just need to stay in their corner. Just
they can, dude. But it's just make good sandwiches,
That's
and
I'm a
they
Mickey
do.
D's guy. They just stay in their lane. I know exactly what I'm getting. And you know what? They're open Sunday. So
Dude,
I'll
yeah,
take
McDonald's is
You have to
the
cry
McDonald's Coke. Whew.
Lord.
But they yeah. Man, RIP to that $3 bundle, man. It's $3.50 now. And you get a small fry instead of a medium.
Stop it.
Damn Joe Byron, dude. He's just screwing us all over. But anyway, go to Chick-fil-A if you want, dude. Their mac and cheese is bomb. Their chicken noodle soup is bomb. They just, they don't hire, I don't know, certain pygmies. I don't know, children. They should hire children, dude. Can you hire children? Chick-fil-A probably does have the lowest, there's homeschooled 13-year-olds there.
I think if they're Christian, they get an extra 5 years off. So you can hire at 8 years old at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
With a parent signature.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening. It's probably the last podcast Scooter's going to be on, but you know what?
Yeah.
So I'm holding open auditions. If anybody wants to join, just got to have a low tolerance or a high tolerance for shenanigans and bullshit. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Signing off forever.